Hello all and welcome back. Today I want to walk you through some very cute mini folders that I made. I think this is real cute. It has a piece of lace on the front with some bling, and you open it up and there's a small pocket with an envelope with writing space. Very cute. Another one with a little tuck space in the front and just some little ephemera tucked in. And on the inside is book page that I gessoed down so you could have some good area to write in, and then stamped it with some splatter. And this one is a pocket, the little tag inside. This has a little bit of cheesecloth around the front and a paper flower, and it's just plain on the inside. And then this one was inspired by Margaret at Sevenplaza, except she did hers with like a little 1/4-inch spine. And I wanted to make mine flat. So these tabs here, or closure, is vintage ledger paper. And on the inside there's a little pocket with some more tags and some writing space. This one has some writing space, a little tuck with some more tags. I put some lace on the bottom and a butterfly. So I don't know that we'll get to make all of these, but we will certainly try to get to a lot of them. So the first one we're going to make is this one right here because it's my favorite. And I've already pre-cut some scrapbook paper just to save some time. I'll put this back together. And these are good just to tuck down into pockets. You could also glue them down on 3 sides and have a place to tuck in there, and it would still open up. So this is just, I think it's very versatile and very cute. So what I did to make the tabs, you can use an envelope punch board, but I took a scrap piece of card and an actual file folder and outlined how the edges are on a file folder to use as a template. And on this end, I used a punch board. I actually like the look of this a little bit better. And that's how I cut my tab. So on this particular one, I did use the file folder template. So on a file folder, the edge, the part of the tab that's on the edge is what I'm trying to get out, is shaped a little bit differently than the side that normally goes the long way. So I just take a pencil and mark it. And then take a ruler. Take that out the rest of the way. And then we're just simply going to trim that out with our scissors. That's going to close up like that. And on this one, I rounded the edges, so we're going to do the same thing here. And I want to ink around the edges. And you can use any paper that you want. I would use, this is scrapbook paper, not quite as thick as card, but still very sturdy. These are also good little pieces that when you put them in your journal, you have like an interactive piece of ephemera. And you could actually leave your file folder just like that and not do anything else with it. It's perfectly fine. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put these tabs on. I think for this, I'm actually going to use book page just for a little bit of a different look. This book page came out of a book that I got at an antique store. I don't know what language it's in. I have no idea, but obviously it's some sort of religious type book. And the pages are nicely yellowed, and I'm gonna recycle this cover to do something. It's a little bit smaller than the journals I normally make, but it's too great just to not use it at all. Okay, so I'm going to glue these pages together just to have some stability. And these tabs are an 1 3/4 inches. I'll tear off some of this white space. All right, I said 1 3/4 inches. Then I'm going to fold that in half. And then this will be the part that wraps around, so we don't need quite all of that. All right. And then the next thing I do is I don't know if this is going to cut. It's too awful soft. It might not cut it. Oh, it did. So I'm just shaping these into a tag shape. Make sure our text is going the right way. And then ink these up. So for these, I punched holes in the top of the tags and put eyelets. So we'll do the same. We'll do the same with this. All right, and get some eyelets. And actually, I think I'm going to use pink. I actually like to use the Big Bite to scrunch down these eyelets. I think it does a better job than this handheld. But this is what I got in front of me. All right. So those will go right here. And the next thing we want to do is line these up where we want them. Make sure they're at least straight. And I do measure for this to make sure we're somewhat straight. It looks good there. And then you want to glue these tabs down. Okay. And on the inside, we made a, open this back up again. And inside we put a little tuck type pocket. And I just use scraps. As a matter of fact, here's the same paper that I used. You don't need to measure anything out, but I'm actually going to fold over that top, so I'm going to tear this a little bit wider. Okay. Tuck that over a little bit. And so this tuck is just under 4 inches. This folder, I'm gonna take the measurements, is a little bit more than 5 inches. Looks like 5 1/8 and 8 1/8. Again, the measurements don't really matter. I was just using scraps and I tore them, and that's what size they ended up being. All right. I said this was 5, so roughly right there. We're going to glue this down. And this is 2.5 inch hole punch. I like a shallow, wide thumb notch in my pockets. Oops. All right, and then I'm going to go deal with this glue bottle, and I'll be right back. Okay, she is flowing freely again. Now on this pocket, I rounded the corners. I did not do it on this one, but that's okay. And I just have these in my stash, and we'll just use them. They're neutral enough. Now you could take this a step further and do some decorations on here if you wanted to. So the other part that I did was put some notebook paper here. Let me grab some. I think this is actually some paper that I got on Amazon, and I just printed some lines on it. Let's tear this down a little bit. Tear a little bit of this off. And it looks good. And this is Fabri-Tac glue that I'm using. It's what I primarily use. Let's give this a good old squishy. Get that glue spread out to the edges so this won't lift up. All right. Then we get some twine to put on. All right. I'm just going to tie this in a little bow and trim the ends. And there you have it. Okay, let's move on to this next one. All right. So this one, yeah, I used the file folder again. So on this one, I did not erase my pencil mark off, but you want to decide what's going to be your front. This is directional, so cut these the same size. So then you want to, since this is the part that's the edge, and then this is the part that's sort of, I don't know how to describe that, in the middle. Since we're doing a middle tab, I'm not even going to use that part of the template. So I'm going to center this. I'm just eyeballing. And I'm going to flip that around and make a mark on the other side. And then draw the line out to the edge. And then trim that out. I've been trying to come up with some beginner friendly projects to do, since I'm fairly new at this myself. Actually, not fairly new, very new at it. I was trying to think about the videos that I watched when I first started doing this, and who some of my favorites were, and what projects I like to watch. And this would be one of the types of projects that I would look for on YouTube. And some of my favorite people to watch, if you haven't seen them before, please go watch them. They have all taught me so much, and I have lots of favorites, but my top ones are probably Nik the Booksmith, which was the very first person I ran across on YouTube. She is very entertaining, and she's a very good teacher, easy to follow. Some of her projects can be kind of complicated, but she does a very good job of going over some of the basics and details, so you can follow along very easily. Let me just check here and see what we got going on. All right, so I need to cut another tuck. So Some of the others that I like to watch, one of my very, very favorites, not to take away from anyone else, is Andrea, who is Artymaze on YouTube. I love her style. Um, I love the fact that she can create something so beautiful, and if you look, it looks like pure chaos around her. But that's the way she works, and she'll start messing with a piece of ugly book page, and by the time she's finished, it's a masterpiece. I don't know how she does it, but I love to watch her create. Let me grab a piece of paper for that. Let's see, some of the others that I like to watch are Pam at the Paper Outpost. She, again, is somebody who looks like crazy confusion going on around her, as her motto is create with reckless abandon, and boy does she ever. I love to watch her work. I love to watch her, period. If you need a big boost in your mood, just go watch Pam. Let's see, I'll say that. Actually, let's do this the easy way and just pinch it. Again, Pam is somebody who, free, easy spirit. I love the things that she creates. But again, the entertainment factor is really something. Let's see, who else? Another funny person that I like to watch who also does beautiful work is Julie at Camelia Craft Design. I've tried many of her projects or followed along with her with the ones that she does, and it's amazing to watch. Cut these corners. Let's see. Well, that didn't cut too good, but anyway, we'll work with it. So let me get that glued down. A couple of the others that I watch a lot. Tina at Shabbydabbydoodah. I love to watch her mask makes, and she does projects that are really easy to follow along. Margaret at Sevenplaza, which I mentioned at the beginning of this video. She does amazing projects. Things I don't know where she comes up with these ideas, but they are all just brilliant when she's finished with them. And then there's Eva at Bohemian Crafting. Oh, I love this lady. She works with lots of different materials. She is a very good teacher. So any of these, if you've never watched them, please do yourself a favor and go check them out. All right, so again, let's put some tags in here. Since I have these here, I will put them in. So yeah, I'm still fairly new at this. Still very uncomfortable talking on the camera, getting tongue-tied, messing up. That's okay, I gotta learn. And if I can teach you something along the way, all the better. This is not the only craft that I do. I actually own 2 Etsy shops, so sometimes it's a bit difficult to keep up with everything and create videos and get things made. My other hobby is quilting, and I absolutely have not had any time to fool with that, but I love to quilt. So if you didn't have to sleep, I might be able to get more stuff done, but unfortunately that's not the way it works. Okay, so here's a messed up here. Well, it's not really messing up, but I put the pocket on this side of the folder and not this side like I did that one, but it's all good. All good. Let me go find, let's see, I've got another piece of paper over here. Might have to replace that. Tear that little crease off. All right. Now on the front of this, I put a little bit of lace and a butterfly, so we can do that same thing here. And I think I have another one of those butterflies, but let me see what I've got. Got anything else that's pinky? Nope. All right, we'll just go with this guy. So in my other Etsy shop, it's not anything to do with journals. I opened that store a long time ago, and I made a whole lot of things and put in that store. And as time went on, I settled down into what I was selling the most of, and that was small, primitive home decor type items. And that's basically what I'm still selling today. Now, as with fall or Halloween, I know it's a long time away, but people actually start buying stuff in the summertime. One of the things that I make that particular time of year are primitive dolls, mostly witches. And in the early summer, I make more patriotic type dolls. But it's the only time of year that I do that. The rest of the year is really just primitive home decor items. Let's see. This butterfly needs a little bit of bling. I used 3 on that guy, so I'll do the same thing here. And there you go. I think this folder probably needs a little something else going on with it, but I'll do that later. Okay. All right, next we have this little guy right here. I need to figure out what I cut for him. Yeah, that piece right there. All right, so we actually have a tab on both sides. One on the left side and one on the right side. And again, I used the file folder template. And if you don't want your tab that wide, after you pencil in the edge, you don't have to go all the way over here, although I do think I did on this one. You could slide it back in and make your tab a little shorter. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. And I actually made that one a little bit bigger. So I'll slide it over just a smidge and then draw that line. Okay. Here we have that. And you see what's going on here? Let's see, can I turn it this? Yeah. Thought it was upside down. All right, so I have a piece of cheesecloth on here and a paper flower. So let me grab some cheesecloth. I just need to put a little bit down to hold this cheesecloth. And then I got a little paper flower here. I'm just going to barely touch the edges with some ink. Just to knock down some of that brightness. Down. And there you have it. That looks so cute. And again, this one's just plain on the inside. All right. This one is a little pocket with a tag, and let's see, I think, yeah. So on this one, you want to fold the edges. I'm going to use my scoreboard because I just get a straighter fold when I do that. And it looks like I did, I would say, 1/2 inch, yeah. So you want to go 1/2 inch down each side. And you want to fold in. So since we're folding to the inside, you want to make your score line on the top. Your paper will behave much better and be less likely to crack if you do it that way. And I had to learn that lesson the hard way. So we want to miter those corners. Okay. I had a bone folder here somewhere, but I don't see it right now, so we'll just use our scissors. Give that a good press. I want to make a thumb notch right here. Again, I measured. This is the quilter in me. You have to be so accurate when you're quilting that just measure everything. Okay. And then ink. This is a great way to use up scrapbook paper. And I tend to have a problem with scrapbook paper. I cannot resist buying it. When the paper is so pretty, I just have no self-control. All right. You also want to get these folds inked up. Since this is going to be showing, I want to ink the inside of that up just a little bit. Then I have these whale-tail tabs. Now these were cut with a die. I know the punches out there, I don't think they make them anymore. Was it Stampin' Up? I'm not sure. Anyway, when you do find one, they're well over $100, and I mean, who's going to pay that for a punch? And I tend to ink the insides of these two just around the edges in case any of that little white stuff wants to pop out and show. Okay. That looks like about the middle. Give that a good press. And then we're going to glue this down. Before we do, I'm going to cut out some of this bulk here in the center. You could actually cut one whole side down if you wanted to. It really doesn't matter. I left mine in. It doesn't interfere with anything on the inside. You can see here. Let's get that glued down. So I started my YouTube channel, I guess, sometime last year. I didn't have a whole lot of time to devote to it. My mother was dealing with dementia, and a lot of time had to be spent taking care of her, and sadly we lost her this past April. But I know she's in a better place. But it was very difficult to try to make videos. She was my priority. Now I have Dad to take care of. He's in very good health. He will be 91 next month. He's still driving, still takes care of himself. All right, and then we'll put a piece of lace here on the bottom. All right, let's put a little bling on this one too. This is laying there, so we're going to go with that. All right, so now we need a little tag to put in here, and we'll use that one as a guide. Here's a piece I already have. It's almost the right size, but we're going to go with it. Around the corners. This is a piece of scrapbook paper that's been attached to, looks like file folder. Ink that up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's coffee dyed file folder. All right, and then that will just slip down in there like that. There you go. Cute. All right, this one's really simple. Make sure that's not the right one. Right there. This one, I just rounded the corners. I'm going to put another one of those little whale-tail tabs on there. But first, I'm going to ink it up. Oh, and another thing that I've done is I've opened up a Ko-fi shop, and slowly but surely I'm getting some things out there, but I did just list a freebie out there. They are tags and belly bands that are mermaid themed, very pretty, and I would love for you to go over there and help yourself to them. Okay, and so we put this tab on over here on the side, so let's do that. And as I get time, I will definitely put more freebies out there. All right, so we have a little pocket inside. Let's do that. And here's that same paper. Cut that down just a little bit. One of my most favorite things to do journal-wise is to make folios, and I love to see how many pieces and parts I can get on one and it still be able to close up. They're a lot of fun. I've done a couple of tutorials on them. It takes a lot of time to prep for doing something like that on video. I typically just make it up as I go along. And so it's really hard to try to show somebody or tell somebody how to do that when you're not even when you don't even have a plan. All right. Okay. So in this pocket, we have one of these little fun envelopes. And I think I have some more already made. Yeah, here's one. So let's ink it up. This again is just made out of scrapbook paper, so it's not terribly flimsy. Okay, I'm going to do the front. The ink is not really showing up that great, but that's okay. Right, and then that just tucks down in there like that. And peeks out at the top. So let me grab a piece of lace to put on the front. And a little bit of bling. Do something different this time. Not sure I like that. Let's see what two look like. That's not too bad. Trim this piece off. Glue is still a little bit wet, so we'll raise that up a bit. Now, because that envelope is so thick, the folder wants to open up. So I'm going to put a little paper clip right there just to hold it together. And there you go with that one. All right, last one. Sorry guys, this thing must be a billion years long. So this one, I put the book page on the inside. Let me fix that piece coming up. And then I gessoed it. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to bring back that paper I was using earlier. Get that trimmed up a little bit. This paper is really, really soft. Let's see. Before I do that, yeah, let's go ahead and put a tab in this one. Folded this wrong. Fix that. All right, I used, what did I use? Again, use the file folder. Yep. Okay. What is going to be my front? Yeah, this way. All right. I'll bring that in just a little bit to draw the other line. Gosh, I can barely see that. If you have an envelope punch board, you can do this fairly quickly, but a lot of people don't have all of those bells and whistles when they're first starting out, so you have to improvise. I didn't fold it very straight. All right, now we're going to go ahead and put our book page in. And I took it right up to that edge. So let's get this glued down. Again, because I'm not sewing anything, so you want to make sure you use plenty of glue. Very gluey. Push all the glue out to the edges. I'm going to round those corners. And then we're going to ink the inside. That's way more than I need. Let me get something to put under there. Now you could use a paintbrush if you want to. I just use my hands. It's okay to get messy. The messier, the better. All right, I'm going to dry this and I will be right back. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and re-ink these edges now that the gesso has dried. Be sure to get that fold. Okay. So this is my splatter stamp. I absolutely love it. Sorry about that, I just hit the phone. Better put something under there. And you really don't need any more than that. And this just makes great writing space. All right, and on the front, we have a tiny little pocket. Let's go ahead and get one of those added. So it looks like I'd stamped some splatters on the front, which looks really good. Let me do that. Yeah. Perfect. there you have it, the last folder. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would so appreciate a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will join me again very soon. Have a great day. Bye.